Straight wrist, yeah.
Strength and conditioning coach Michael Perry knows all about preparing for a fight.
Release with the hand, yes.
For nearly a decade, he's trained UFC bantamweight contender Rob Font.
Is this smoking him or does it feel good? Okay, good.
But as Font has forged his path to the top of the division over the past year, Perry's been fighting a battle of his own.
Over the last couple years, I started to develop stomach pain. Going to the restroom was not normal, and my doctor suggested that I go and get checked out and get a colonoscopy, and I went and I did that. I knew that maybe they would find something. Maybe it was Crohn's or ulcerative colitis or some sort of GI type of issue. I never in a million years thought I would have been diagnosed with colon cancer.
Stage 3 colon cancer, diagnosed just days before his 41st birthday.
It was pretty darn scary. I thought to myself, what's going to happen to my two boys? I have a 6 and a 10-year-old boy, and what's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to my wife? When they decided the course of treatment, it was absolutely surgery, immediately followed by chemotherapy. After my initial surgery, there was a lot of pain. It would take me approximately 30 to 40 minutes to walk 100 feet. And then once I healed up, it was time for chemotherapy. I knew that I had to be strong for my kids because they've always looked at their dad as the strong guy that works at a gym that trains all these fighters, and they've never really seen me in a scenario where I was weak and that I couldn't help.
Am I going to the hospital to take a bunch of medicine so I can feel better? And am I gonna have an awesome day, and are you gonna have an awesome day?
And I think for them, that was really hard, but my lesson to them was, hey, you know, life is tough. You're gonna experience some pretty bad things, but quitting is not an option, and that's why I kept fighting. After I got diagnosed, Rob was actually one of the first people that I called, and I remember he was just silent, and he's like, you got this. He's like, whatever you need, we got your back. And that was just comforting to know. Saying that they have your back is one thing, but actually knowing that if I did need someone like Rob to come in and help out, he would do it.
It was a tough conversation. I didn't know exactly what to say to him, and it was rough, but you know, I didn't see him for maybe 2 days, and then he was right back in the gym, just regular old Mike.
So at our gym, one of our core philosophies is to leave your baggage at the door, and I didn't want it to be about me. Because when you get diagnosed with cancer, everybody's like, how are you, how are you? And I don't like that type of attention on myself. My way of dealing with this whole cancer diagnosis was to help as many people as possible and to do the right things for my clients. I would come in on Thursdays with my chemotherapy pump, and I would work all day, and I'll be honest, there were times I'd have to go to the bathroom and I was sick, you know, have to throw up and vomit and brush my teeth, put some mouth rinse in my mouth and get back on the floor and act like it didn't happen.
Come on up, beautiful, just like that.
And it wasn't me trying to be tough, it was more, I have a job to do and I take pride in what I do.
So the crazy part about the whole situation was he was acting the exact same. You know, you can see he was getting a little skinnier, and you know, obviously when we talked about it, but you couldn't tell the difference that he was still working every day.
My chemotherapy treatment was 6 months long, and towards the end of treatment, it was getting harder and harder. The neuropathy, the headaches, the nausea, the vomiting, all of the other things and side effects that go along with chemotherapy, and I kept thinking about my wife and kids, and they need me. And that was what drove me to just work hard and just keep fighting.
You know, I fight, you know, for a living, and that's whatever. It's hard, and that's one thing. But when you're fighting for your life, that's a whole other story. And it was inspiring watching. Really, not just a step at all.
Then I finished my last treatment, so I got my scans, and then I got the call.
I just got the results of my scans a few hours ago, and at this point, I'm cancer-free. There's no evidence of disease.
That phone call was one of the most positive and uplifting phone calls that I've ever got in my entire life.
Watching him go through that and finding out that he's clear, it was inspiring and motivating, and I'm just so proud of him.
The support from friends, family, my gym community was simply overwhelming. There's no way I could have beaten cancer alone. It was those text messages and those emails and videos and hugs and just all of those little experiences that add up and just kept me going, because I knew that Even if I was having a bad day, I could reach out to some of my closer friends and they just stepped up.
Watching him do his thing, cancer-free, and having fun definitely puts a huge smile on my face every day I see him.
Now that I've been put in this scenario, my goal is to allow my story to help others. If you're experiencing any type of changes in your body, talk to your doctor. If I had waited a few more years, I would probably be dead. Getting these tests and these procedures could absolutely change your life, and hopefully people can be proactive about their health because you just never know what's going to happen.